Hi, and today in my video, I am going to be talking about something controversial. I'm going to be talking about something that has caused a lot of uproar in the loan signing community across multiple social media platforms. I'm going to be talking about something that can be perceived as price fixing if I'm not careful. But I can say this now, this video is not intended to be in no shape or form price fixing. That is illegal. This is just a guide and to help newer loan signing agents. So if you're interested in getting to know more about pricing within the loan signing world and my take on it, stay tuned. Hi, and welcome back to my channel, Riri J. My name is Maria, and I am the owner of A to Z Signing Agency here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And today we're going to really dive a little deep into pricing, which has been a touchy subject for many signing agents. All right, so I have my tablet in hand. So if you see me looking down, it's because I've taken some notes so that I don't get off on a tangent or just lose my train of thought. So yeah, I want to take a moment to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. And I want to thank those of you who have commented and complimented me on my videos. My whole goal when starting these videos was to help new agents get a better understanding through my perspective and my experience, and just, help you get more information on whether you want to even become a loan signing agent or not. So thank you again for everything. Continue to share my videos and continue to subscribe to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. All right, so it's no secret that over the past years that a lot of agents are noticing that fees are slowly declining when it comes to what signing agencies are offering, and a lot of agents are finding themselves having to counter offer more often because we as signing agents know what we're worth, and we know that our time is valuable, and not only that, how we invest in our business through paper and purchasing printer and toner and gas money and car expenses and maintenance, that can all add up. So when it comes to doing business, even though the signing agencies are a business in itself and they are the middleman, however, we also have our business as well as signing agents. So yeah, I completely understand how there can be a tug of war when it comes to splitting the fees that the signing agents are getting from these mortgage companies. Agencies. So most signing agencies are created by regular loan signing agents who had a vision for themselves to scale their business to be more than just a loan signing agent. They created these agencies and they go out and they find contracts with larger mortgage companies and lender companies. They get under contract with these companies for these companies to send them bulk signings. And when they get that, the signing agency uses their platform or their website with their list of signing agents that they have, and they disperse those loan signings. So here's the thing. When it comes to that, these loan signing agencies are, being paid by the mortgage companies. Sometimes it's $150, sometimes it's $200 to $250 for a signing. But you gotta keep in mind, those agencies have to make money and turn a profit as well. And I'm not in no way saying that, hey, that's why they should charge low on the fees, because again, if it wasn't for the agents, the agencies wouldn't be able to make a profit. So there is a fine line with that. And today I'm going to talk more how we can get ourselves out of that rut of the signing agency world and learn how to elevate ourselves more. But first, we're going to talk more about pricing and how to look at that. A little bit about the back and forth that, I've been seeing online about, what an agent should accept as the right amount for signing. And really the answer is, well, there isn't an answer. There really isn't a set in stone rate for loan signings. There isn't. All right, so if you're asking why are the rates going down, that's a great question, as I'm still pretty new to the loan signing world myself. But there's some things that come up in these discussions online that could be the cause. I've heard things like oversaturation, that there's too many agents entering in the business. And, while I can see how that can be a cause for concern, it really isn't something that I feel like the signing agents should really worry about. I feel like it's oversaturated, but I was a real estate agent, and trust me, the real estate agent world is super saturated, but it's all about how well you do business. And that's just kind of similar. Loan signing similar. It's about building trust with, escrow officers and mortgage lenders. That is how you're going to really get your foot in the door like that. And you're constantly not available and you just are very difficult to work with, then you're going to find yourself in a situation where you feel like it's oversaturated, because there's new agents coming out that's really taking the game seriously. And that can be a huge problem to someone who's not really coming into this business on a serious note, So yeah, I can see how that can be an issue for those who are not really taking this business seriously. Also, I've heard a reason because we're newbies and we're trying to just take any signings we want. And that is kind of true, but really it's not. I'm sure a new agent is not going to take a signing that is $20 and 2 hours away. I feel like those $75 signings, that's all situational based. It's based on how far away you are from the signer. It's also based on how many pages the document has and how many notarizations is needed or required for that signing. You could get something like an application that needs to be notarized. 9 times out of 10, those are $75. What are you going to do? Counter offer that? So it's just all situational based, and that's all I can say about that. All right, so I want to really get into a market disruptor that I am seeing start to become a demand, and no one really brings this up when we're arguing about how low the fees are getting. But have you ever considered one of the reasons that the fees are getting lower? Because of e-notary, and it's becoming pretty popular. Again, as a business owner, you want to make sure that you stay ahead of the curve. You want to make sure that you're constantly studying the market and that you're constantly looking beyond where you are so that you can anticipate change. I can truly see e-notary becoming the new thing. It's been out for a while, and not too many agents are hopping on that ship for some reason. But I feel like this: if you're an educated signing agent, you definitely want to consider doing e-notary. I do follow a great woman online on YouTube, and she has a great video about how to become an e-notary or an online signing agent with 0 monthly fees, because there's a whole process that goes into becoming an e-notary. Her name is Kendra Lewis, and she her YouTube page is Signing Agent Basics. She has a wealth of great videos and great content about the world of being a signing agent, and she's been in the business for years. I want to say 14 years, but I could be mistaken. I'll tag her information below in the description box, but she has inspired me. Her energy is always great. She's a bright individual, and I just like those type of signing agents, people who are very tech savvy, very forward thinking, has drive. That just, should I say anymore? E-signings, I think e-signing is about $40 an hour. To conduct them, so they don't cost as much as a traditional loan signing, because of course there's no paper printing involved, there's no gas money involved, there's no car maintenance, there's no ink and toner involved, not even a stamp. You have an a notary stamp. So that's the wave of the future, guys, and if you haven't already jumped on board, you definitely want to look more into that. So the pay expectations is something that I feel a lot of agents kind of miss the ball on, and when they jump into the business, they quickly realize that a lot of signing agencies do not pay you daily, weekly, or bi-weekly. So now you're at a loss. So I want to definitely go over that. 90% of signing agencies pay a net 30, net 60, and sometimes beyond. So you got to keep that in mind when you're doing service, when you're providing the service. You may not see a check for another 30 days after closing. So you want to make sure that you have money saved up, you have a safety net for at least 3 to 4, maybe even 6 months, because even when you first begin in the signing business, you might not get a request for some time. And then also it's going to take you a large amount of time to sign up for 100+ signing agencies. So you want to make sure that you give yourself that time and financially prepare for the learning curve, and also the curve of when those checks come in, because it'll take about 30 good days before you see your first check after you perform the services. So yeah, net 30, whenever you see net 30 or net 60, that just simply means that the loan company will not pay you until 30 days. That's all that means. Now, there are some some companies such as Zoom and BankServe that actually pay you on a either weekly or bi-weekly basis, but it's not too many more that I know of that can pay quickly. If you know any signing agencies that pay on a weekly, daily, or bi-weekly basis, put them down below. Help your fellow signing agents out. All right, so now what you all came here for, I'm sure, is the pricing guide. Again, this is strictly as a guide and a reference for new signing agents to kind of go by to gauge where you are on the pay scale when it comes to a signing agency giving you a signing. I had some signing agencies request that I provide what I charge, and I was like, I don't know what. Pay me what you think I should get, you know? So I think being educated on an average, and so that way you can gauge what it is that you want to accept and if it makes sense for you and your business. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put on the screen the average fees for signing services. So here we go. All right, so as you can see, I have the general loan signing fee. So that can be any kind of loan. We're looking at between $90 and $100. We also have the full purchase loan, which is between $90 and $100. And this can vary because you might get a VA loan, and most of the agencies recognize and will realize that, okay, wow, this is a VA loan. It's way more documents to print. So they may give you 120, 130. So just, keep an eye out for that. You have your reverse mortgage, 90 to 100. For extra e-docs, I do not charge anything. And then you may have a cash deal or a loan application. Those are normally $50 to $75. You have your overnight documents. And what this means is sometimes a signing agency may request or ask that you send the documents overnight. Now, this is a touchy topic for me because I don't like doing overnight documents, because sometimes those overnight documents may not make it to the lender overnight. It may be a day after I've sent them, and that can put me in a bind with the signing company. So I kind of steer away from overnight documents. But if I have no choice and they're kind of pushing it, then what I'll go ahead and do is tack on an additional $35 for a fee. And normally when they ask you for an overnight, if you do overnight, they'll also ask for the fee that you charge, and I charge $35. If there's multiple signers, over 2. So if I get more than 2 signers, I'm gonna tack on an additional $20, and that's through counter offering. The same thing when it comes to being outside of my 10-mile radius. If it's something that's outside of my 10-mile radius, I also counter offer for $20 additional for that commute fee. Now, sometimes I'm totally not busy and I don't have anything going on, and I get one and I'm like, all right, it's not that far. It's about 30 minutes out. I have no problem with doing that. If I'm okay, if I feel like doing it, I'll accept it. But for the most part, I'll counter offer. All right, so that is the average fees for signing services, okay? Signing services. Next, we're going to go ahead and look over our direct business fees. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the direct business fees on the screen now. All right, so for direct business, I'm going to say this. In my experience, direct business, when I work for an escrow office or a lender, they already have their fees. They already have the fees set, and normally it's between $150 and $250. And that's the beauty of going direct. You get everything. You get your whole entire fee versus splitting it with a signing service. So I definitely recommend, if you can break through that realm into direct business, please do it. You're going to get your entire fee, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to be printing the documents from the actual lending office where you are, or if you have to print them out, you're getting paid the full fee. So you can't beat that with a stick, if you ask me. So of course, your loan signing fee, $150 to $250, full purchase, $150 to $250, reverse mortgage, the same. Again, I never charge anything for extra e-docs because it's just electronic. And then you have your loan application, which is a couple pages, sometimes $75, and then your cash deals, which requires a lot less paper, okay, a lot less notarizations, for $100. All right, so now I want to discuss counter offers. So again, it's a very touchy subject, and I understand that. I am open to any comments that you want to leave in regards to this, how you might do it in your business, or even some suggestions for your fellow loan signing agents. But for me, when it comes to counteroffer, it is definitely situational based. I base this off situation. Of course, depending on how large the loan packet is. If the loan packet is 150 pages to 200 pages plus, and they're trying to send me somewhere an hour away for $75, it's getting a counter offer, okay? And then also, if they have more than 2 signings and it's 5 people signing, they're getting a counter offer, and I will explain why. So when I go back and I counter offer, I send them a little note saying, hey, this is outside of my radius. It's a little too far. I charge an additional $20 to provide this service. And if they don't have anyone else that can do that in that area, they'll probably more than likely accept my counter offer, which they have before for some signing agencies. So it's no problem, keep it moving. So that's how I handle my counter offers. I never come in with an entitled mindset, or I feel like I'm worth this mindset. I feel like if it's comfortable for me and it's something that's doable for me and it's not going to take a huge cut out of my bottom line for me going 10 minutes up the road for $75, I'm gonna do it. But again, comment down below if you have other feelings or other thoughts on this. All right, so let's face it, we're coming into a time where technology is starting to peek its head through the traditional way of doing loan signing. I welcome the online notarization, the online notary, electronic tech savvy type way of doing notarizations. I definitely welcome that because again, it's very efficient. You don't require a car, gas money, printing out documents or anything. So, that's just the way it is. There's always gonna be two types of business owners, okay? You're gonna have that one business owner who's gonna sit back and complain and blame everyone else around them. And you're gonna have that more flexible business owner who's tech savvy, who's always learning about the market, always learning about what the new trends are, always want to be in the know of what's new, and it's always networking. And those are going to be the business owners that's going to be successful and push through and be able to position their business in such a way where they're going to be successful. And to sit around and try to make people charge signing agents one set thing, that's called price fixing. And you don't want to be on the opposite end of that. That is illegal. So I'm going to leave you with this. Use signing agencies as a learning field. You should never get comfortable. The goal is to become a signing agency. The goal is to create or lock in contracts with large mortgage companies and lenders, and you be the middleman. That's where the money is. The goal is to become direct, work with more direct lenders, mortgage companies, escrow officers, real estate agents. That should be your goal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be an overview of the Mark Wills course. I did take the 6-figure course. Again, I thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey, and I look forward to just growing with you. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Subscribe and share. All right. So thank you so much, guys, and be blessed.